Hello everyone, welcome to my video. So today we're gonna apply all of the concepts that we learned about hardware components so far into a lab called Explore the Lab Interface. So here is the prompt for this lab on the CompTIA Teststyle platform for the Computing Fundamental A+ course. So in order to save time, I'm gonna perform this lab based on the guidance steps that I documented in a separate document like this. Um, but if you if you are a student who are trying to do this lab for for a class, please make sure that you spend time to brainstorm the ideas to help you perform the labs first before you actually seek out for the guidance steps. So first, I'm gonna read the prompt and help you to brainstorm ideas to perform the lab first. So here you can see they ask you like, you have been hired as a network technician for a small corporate network. Today is your first day on the job, and you need to familiarize yourself with the network. In addition, a new employee will be working in Office too, and you need to set up their computer. So in general, I think this lab can help you in situations where you need to set up a new computer, whether in the workplace or in your home computing setup, or even in your school, you know. So in this lab, your task is to add the monitor to Office 2. Okay. So for this task, maybe you should go to the place called Office 2 in the in in the lab environment and find the kind of monitor that can be suitable to add to this Office 2. So while adding the monitor, trying to find some cable to install into the back of the monitor and to the wall outlet and to have the power to the monitor, and then I think you're gonna need to find another cable to connect the monitor to your desktop computer's case too. That's how I brainstormed the idea for this task. Um, okay, next I use an HDMI cable to connect the monitor to the Office 2 computer. Yeah, I was right. You need an HDMI cable to connect between the monitor and a computer's case, so that the computers can display information into the monitor, connect the power cord to the monitor, and plug in the monitor. Yeah, you need a power cord cable, I think, to connect the monitor w- uh, with the power port on the wall outlet, I think. Um, Next, add the keyboard and mouse to the Office 2 computer. Okay. So again, in order to connect a computer to a keyboard or a mouse, you need a specific cable for these two devices too. Mm. Like cable to connect the keyboard to the computer's case, and I think that cable should be connected to the USB port, and that is another cable to connect the mouse to another USB port on a computer's case, or to the mouse port. Um, okay, next, turn on the monitor and the computer. Okay, so in general, I think you can actually perform this lab without the guidance steps. And let's see. Okay, let's begin. But first, please remember to get this information to go to the Office 2 desktop computer, select hardware on the Office 2. Okay, remember to select hardware on the Office 2. Okay, start up. Let's see. Let's see if I can perform this lab without the guidance steps. Okay, here you can see two area like Office 2 and networking classes. Because this lab asks you to perform the task on Office 2, we're gonna focus on this area. Okay, let's go to the hardware. Okay, here we see a computer case here, some partial connections here, and the wall outlet with some cable that already been connected to the wall outlet here. So let's see why this. So this is the AC power connector male that's been connected to the wall outlet. So there's another connector ends for the AC power cable called the female here, AC power connector female here. And I believe this connector end should be connected to the back of this computer's case. So for the first task, uh, okay, let's put this the idea to connect the AC power cable aside, and let's begin with the first task. Add the motor to Office 2. Okay, on the cell, I'm gonna find the motors here. Okay, I'm gonna drag this monitor into the workspace. Okay, this monitor is on the workspace already here. Okay, because we need the cable to connect the monitor to the computer case, right? So I'm gonna switch to the back view to see the connection ports first. So here we have some HDMI port here because we didn't learn about these two connection ports. Maybe they are not actually used that important in this lab. So gonna focus on the HDMI port here and the power port here, I think. Mm, I'm not sure how to call this port, but I believe that this port mm, should be a card cable to provide power to the motor, you know. Okay, let's the first task is already done. Next, use an HDMI cable to connect the motor to the Office 2 computer. Okay, I'm gonna find the HDMI cable. Okay, here you can see the HDMI cable, HDMI to HDMI cable. If you click the detail, you can see a broader view of this HDMI cable. You can click the connector to see the top view, the front view here, the back view here, because the front view look like this. So this connector should be connected to this port over here, you know. Mm. So now the connector look just like and the other connector in. Okay, cool. Okay, after selecting this component, you can see information about this HDMI cable here. Let's connect one connector in to this HDMI port here. Okay, cool. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna connect this connector ends to the back of the computer case. You know, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to the back view of the of this computer's case, and I'm gonna find the HDMI connector port. Mm. While you're doing the lab, make sure that you are zooming and out to have broader view or smaller view of each hardware component, so that you know how to connect each device together. You know. Okay, I'm gonna connect this connector in to this port. Okay, cool. So we already finished this task. So next, connect the power cord to the monitor and plug in the monitor. Okay, connect the power cord to the monitor and plug in the monitor. So what we need to do is we need to find the power cord to connect to this port. I think they talk about. I think they require us to use this cable. I think. Okay, let's use this cable and see if I can plug it into this port. I'm gonna plug this connector in into this port. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna connect this AC power connector male into the uh, um the, the power outlet on the wall outlet. Okay, okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, yes, that's it. Okay, let's see if I can turn on the motor. I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn on the computer first to see what's gonna happen on the motor. Okay, there's a notification here saying that the computer is now on, but the motor is not showing output from the computer. So what we need to do is to just turn on the monitor, you know, kind of switch to the front view of the monitor. And what I need to do is I need to find the power button on this monitor. Okay, here's the power button. Gonna turn it on. Okay, as you can see, um, we already uh, did all of the steps correctly. That's why after I turn on the monitor, You can see the view of Windows 11 desktop here. And if you click to view Windows 11, now you can actually do anything with this desktop, Like here you can find the setting. This is like I just have another desktop to do to do anything that I want. Okay, let's come back to the Office 2 and perform the next task. Oh, wait. Uh, Sorry. Add the keyboard and mouse to the Office 2 computer. Okay, let's find the keyboard and mouse. Oh, they're not here. Okay. Mm. So the keyboard and mouse is in the input devices. We're gonna move the keyboard and mouse to the workspace. Let's see what happens if I move to this position. Okay, now I can see the keyboard here. Let's see the detail of the keyboard first. Okay, so in general, they only allow us to view the top, uh, to have a top view of this keyboard. Um, okay, gonna move the mouse to this workspace too. Mm, Let's see the detail of the mouse. Okay, I don't know why, but there are some restriction on the view of the mouse. Mm, Normally, I would want students or people who are using the test CompTIA to test our platform to have a broader view of each hardware device, like from the back, the top, the left and right view of each device. But I don't know why they only allow us to see the top view of this keyboard and the mouse. Anyway, let's try to find the uh, the cable to connect the mouse or the keyboard to the computer's case. Um, okay, let me switch back to the back view of this uh, computer's case here. Or actually, for this lab, you don't actually see any cable on the cells, but when you click on each hardware device like the keyboard here, you can see another information like USB Type A connector here. So this is like a cable to connect the keyboard to the computer's case. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna connect this connector and into the USB port here. Let me zoom in the computer's case so that you guys can see a broader view of the USB port. Okay, gonna plug this connector here. Next is the mouse. Mm, Okay, USB Type A connector. Okay, connect. Done. Okay, the next task is turn on the motor and the computer. Okay, we already did that. So, okay, let's go. Let me score the lab to see how far we done. Okay, yeah, we're already done with this lab. So here you can see all of the tasks that we finished. Here we already finished all of the tasks, and here are the explanation steps. So yeah, I don't, I didn't actually need to follow the explanation steps, but yeah, I think I did a great job on this task on this lab. So if people like me can do this lab for if people like me can perform this lab well, I think yeah, all of you guys out there who are smarter than me can actually perform this lab well too. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for watching my video, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification